Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show. And boy, do we have a show for you tonight. I don't even know what the title is, but it's going to be amazing. So what happens when you've been watching surfing all afternoon. And yes, Kelly the Goat Slater won his heat on a wave with 8 seconds left. So I know that some people in the studio do not consider surfing a sport, but I dare him to take off on the wave. Kelly did.
Won the whole competition?
The goat. Not a goat, the goat.
He is one of the world's greatest athletes.
Of all time.
But it's not a sport.
He has won both.
When there's judges involved.
I know.
Not a sport.
There is something I have to agree with you on.
Figure skating just got blasted.
Davey will be mad at you for that figure skating comment right there.
I've said it for decades. You can be mad if you want.
He's not afraid to alienate people, and that's why he's here.
Yeah. There has to be a clear winner.
Little uncommon ground coming at you before trivia today. And believe me, if you want to hear a heated conversation, you should have been here 5 minutes before the show started.
We're going to have one today.
Oh, Blake is loaded for bear.
It's gonna.
Unfortunately, he's hunting Trump, which isn't going to help him.
Hey, I'm watching it right now.
I know you're going to give me a live update when he gets handcuffed. I've got this. All right, we are going to.
When he goes out of the courtroom, straight to jail.
When he runs away.
Mother Teresa couldn't beat those charges.
Well, Mother Teresa wasn't a nice person anyway.
She wasn't exactly I know they gave her sainthood, but she was not as nice.
You're always such a hater.
Yeah.
Such a hater.
Yeah, do some deep dives.
Let me talk about...
He's over here throwing Judge Sports under the bus, throwing Mother Teresa under the bus.
I know.
You're just everybody's favorite guy.
Yes, and this is in the first 2 minutes of the show. Give him a minute.
You might
we haven't even made money yet.
You might want to research Mother Teresa a little bit.
You've mentioned.
We are going to have fun. Okay. Before we get to all of that, let's make a little money for the show. Hebert, Kresge & Associates, they're a full-service local CPA firm with a team of skilled professionals dedicated to providing top levels of service in the following areas. If you need tax compliance or planning for businesses, individuals, or estates, and trust, they can help you with all that. Audits, reviews, and other accounting services. They can do a business valuation, forensic analysis, and litigation support. You can reach them at 904-460-0747 or online at hebertkresgecpa.com.
A to Z. They offer free estimates, and they have been serving St. Johns County for over 20 years in the construction industry. A to Z offers painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties for up to 25 years. They do shingle roofs with warranties for up to 50 years. They install tile roofing, cedar shake shingles, and designer roofing. All those flat roof coverings
Sound off,
as well.
Boomer.
Recent job photos with material descriptions can be seen at A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com. We also have Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency. Opening their doors in 2008, they have proudly stood by their customers through hurricanes, major floods, hail, and fires. Through these events, the agency has become a much-needed insurance resource in times of trouble and hardships. Honesty and integrity are the pillars of our core values, says owner Ashley Casey. They pride themselves on being insurance experts while developing strategies that help their clients meet their insurance needs. They truly enjoy the relationships that they have forged here in St. Augustine, and they would love to help you with all of your insurance needs. Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency.
And Land Title of America, whether you realize it or not, when you refinance the sale or purchase of a new home, there is a title company involved. Don't get stuck with some out-of-town title company who doesn't give a crap when you're faced with challenges. Stay local and choose Land Title of America. Just call or text Stephen Collins, 904-501-4481. He specializes in all types of real estate transactions. Land Title, your local title company, insuring America's land one title at a time because
they give a crap.
I thought the man that was full of it was going to chime in, but apparently not.
I didn't want to throw off the timing.
All right. So, Blake Blevins, this is the most exciting day of your young political life. Why are you so excited today?
Because the verdict in Donald Trump's hush money trial is happening right now.
You believe that he is going to be convicted? How many charges were there?
I believe 34 charges.
Okay.
It has to be at least one.
So I think he will be convicted of 1,000 charges. 1,000. The judge basically said you can pick a crime. I think jaywalking will be one of them.
They're giving that one to Rudy.
Oh, no. They're giving Rudy a completely different one.
Yeah, Rudy.
I think they're going to convict him of a bombing back in 2001.
Wow, too soon. Too soon.
Too soon. Listen, the way this legal system is working, I think Rudy's going to be convicted.
Was he in the Seventh Tower?
Yeah, that's, you remember I tried to make a Holocaust joke one time.
I would never have done that.
Yeah, it's right there with it.
I'm just telling you, the way the legal system is rolling right now, that's what Rudy's going to be convicted of.
Right there with it.
And I said it out of total and utter sarcasm because of what a phenomenal job he did during that crisis. And that is what they'll charge him with. Mm-hmm. So that's it. So you believe that Donald Trump will be handcuffed on your screen and led away into jail?
Not today.
Not today. Okay.
But the ankle monitor will go on.
You think he will be wearing an ankle monitor?
That fat?
Oh.
I was waiting for that joke. They mentioned the ankle monitor before we went live. I was waiting for that one.
Is he allowed to bejewel that?
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
I mean, it'll be gold plated by the time it comes back.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to wear a
diamond plated.
Diamond plated.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's a gold guy. He's a yellow gold guy.
He is a yellow gold guy.
That's going to end up yellow gold.
But good luck leaving New York now, though.
Well, I do believe that that he is going to...
Actually, I think this helps him because he won't be able to go around the country and say stupid crap.
Yes.
So he's going to win because he won't say the stuff that gets him in trouble.
The best thing that has happened to Donald Trump's campaign is he has spent 6 weeks in a courtroom where he cannot go out and do 2 and 3 appearances a day because his biggest liability is his own big fat mouth sometimes. And I like what Trump did as president, but some of the things he said did not go over well. And so I think
he's his own worst enemy.
Yes. And so Democrats have taken that arrow out of his quiver, so to speak, which is a mistake for them. And there's one other mistake that they have made.
All right. They already got the counts up there. They already have 3 counts now. Donald Trump is guilty.
Shocker.
At least 3?
Now 4.
Oh, well, that's what,
Shocker, New Yorkers.
We're going to check
guilty
back
of
in with
something.
you once it stops because
I am going to tell you, this is going to be the greatest thing for his campaign.
I don't think it's the greatest thing, but I don't think it hurts him.
I will promise you the amount of money that will pour into his campaign tonight and over this weekend will be staggering. Will be absolutely staggering. So I think that this is a total miscalculation on the Democrats' part. I think it's going to cost them big time at the ballot box. And I don't think it's just going to cost them at the presidential. I think it's going to cost them down the line. This is not good. And Charlemagne the God was on Gutfeld the other night. He said the problem with the Democrats' message is that for the past 6 months, all they've said is Trump is bad. They haven't said one thing about how they're going to fix the problems in this country. They are now going to spend the next 4 months telling you that he's convicted of something. And not one time are they going to tell you, we're going to lower gas prices, we're going to fix inflation, we're going to do all these other things. So I personally think that this is a huge mistake for them, and that's the problem. So
I don't know.
I think today's the day that Trump basically can say he's going to be in good shape. So yeah, that's it. Verdict reached.
Yep. So I don't know. I don't know.
To me, it's a total miscarriage of justice. You made up a charge. You completely.
I don't know about that either.
You made up a charge. You changed the laws to get him. He'll win on appeal. I don't know how much money he's going to win for damages, but it is going to be a lot. So, the judge basically told the jurors you can pick whatever you want to pick. It's a jury pool that's tainted. There is a jury pool for each one of us that if we did something wrong, you would not want them judging you. And this is a jury pool that does not like Donald Trump. So I think this is a total miscarriage of any type of justice.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
So I like I said, I wasn't in any of I didn't really keep up with it, but I do believe in our system, even though I think it has its own flaws. And I think this guy's finally catching some of the badness has caught up with him. So, and I think he's still going to be elected. Yeah, I think he's still going to be elected. But
he is found guilty on 34 charges.
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, every charge that was brought against him, he was found guilty of.
Yeah.
That to me is as big a rigged. That's the best thing they could have done. It looks completely rigged. There's no way that every one of those ridiculous charges you would be convicted of.
So
None whatsoever. So what it says is we picked a judge, we picked a venue, we made up charges, and we got you. The American people will not stand for that. His numbers go up in the polls next week.
yeah.
Okay.
So what's more rigged, this trial or Russian elections?
There are no elections in Russia. Because if you run against Putin, you die before you ever get there.
Okay.
You have a car accident.
You have a car accident.
You get Hillary.
When's the last time you saw an election? I don't think there's been one in your lifetime in Russia.
Hey, there might have been some, but it's all 98%.
No. No way, Jose.
No, like I said, I think Karma's biting the yellow-haired man a little bit, and he's still going to be president. He's going to pardon himself, and I think it's just sad that we have these two guys out of 330 million people. We have these two guys, but because the way they play their politics, I understand why good people don't want to be president. When's the last time a kid said, "I want to grow up and be president"?
I'm also going to tell you tomorrow morning there's going to be story after story after story on the right in the press about these are the following people that Democrats failed to charge for a crime and committed a crime, starting with Hillary Clinton and the server.
Oh, they've already written those stories. I mean, they're out there.
Yes.
So that's already out there. I mean,
so I just when it's every
so
count,
what you're saying
thank
is
goodness it was every
what
count.
you're saying is the Democrats are better at the court system.
No, I'm saying they're better at a rigged court system. This is not there's no way that you can change the statute of limitations. This is a federal charge brought in a state court. The agency in the federal government that is supposed to charge this, the Federal Elections Commission, declined. The Justice Department declined because there's nothing here. So a state prosecutor changes the statute of limitations so they can go get Trump on this. I'm sorry, it's wrong.
Yeah. Well, like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. He definitely did something wrong. And the fact that you laugh like that is just embarrassing to your party.
Don't you think you ought to have evidence that he actually did something
Evidently
wrong?
they did.
Yes.
Evidently they did.
8 people on the jury did not like Donald Trump. Told him I don't like that. I don't
like Donald Trump, but I would vote yes or no whether or not I felt he was guilty. There's lots of people that I go, all right, he's not guilty, even though I don't like him.
But correct me if I'm wrong.
Huge mistake
those
on Democrats' part.
So jurors have to be unanimous, right?
Huge.
Four Republicans on
Yes.
Huge.
So
mistake.
you still have to convince.
No,
the
he did
judge
not.
said you do not have to unanimously agree on what the crime was that he was paying off. And so he gave them specific instructions that they didn't have to agree, that if they thought he was guilty of anything, then come back guilty. That's what the judge told him.
Yeah.
So that's not the way the court system is supposed to work in America.
I really would have to see that in the transcripts that way.
Okay.
I'll find it. We'll send it to you.
Instead of from Fox News reports.
Trey
The fact that you guys are still defending this horrible human being.
The fact that you don't see that this is a rigged
It's a
court.
complete political witch hunt. And I'm
you.
not disagreeing with that. But he did the crap that they're calling him guilty of. And if it's a crime, then he's guilty. He did that. The fact that you think he didn't do that, I don't understand it.
Name for me the crime.
Like, you think he didn't pay off Stormy? You think he didn't pay her off? You think he didn't know that you think his attorney didn't know? You still are naive enough to believe that he did not know. He controls everything.
At no point in time during the trial was evidence presented, and Blake, you've watched more of the trial probably than anybody. Was evidence ever presented where someone could say definitively, Donald Trump told me to write this check for Stormy Daniels? Even Cohen didn't do that.
You think you didn't answer the question? You think he didn't know?
I don't know.
No.
There's no evidence that he did know.
Gosh, dang.
And a guy I have to believe has been convicted for lying. That's the guy I got to believe. So I have a hard time saying where's the hard evidence that Michael Cohen this time is telling the truth when he even admitted he lied to Trump.
Trump is a liar?
Didn't say he wasn't.
Okay.
But Donald Trump didn't take the stand.
That's the whole thing I don't get is
Donald Trump didn't take the stand and go, you know what?
I
didn't do it.
Do I
He
think
had
he's
no
going
time
to be
do
president? Yes.
that.
Do I think
yeah.
this is a political
Yes.
witch hunt? Yes.
Yep.
But do I think he did these things that he's being tried guilty of? Yes. The answer is still yes.
I would like to thank the Democrats in New York for pouring jet fuel on an already simmering fire.
Whose signature is that on the check?
That's his signature.
Yes.
Did you know when he signed it?
Yes.
What was the date?
2017. It literally says it right there.
2017.
Yes.
So he influenced the 2016 election by signing a check in 2017 to pay his lawyer.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I got that right.
Okay.
So that's and where was he when he signed this?
You don't think he knew he wasn't going to get reimbursed? He was in the White House when that
This
happened, right?
says retainer.
Okay.
That says retainer. It doesn't say money for Stormy Daniels. It says retainer.
I mean, I knew you were born at night, but I didn't think it was
I'm just
last
telling
night.
you.
Come on, man. Is that our entire? Luckily, we have good local officials, so I feel better about our government.
I feel better about that.
You know, and I trust our local officials that we have in place, and I know a lot of people don't trust them, but luckily we have good local officials, and that's what really matters. Because I don't care who the next president is. It's going to suck for us no matter what, because they're not. Neither side's going to let go of the other side, and there's no meeting in the middle. It's as bad as I can't even. I can't remember it being this bad.
This makes it far worse in our country. For us to figure out how to come together. Mm-hmm. Because if this is the way you're going to do it, then every Republican attorney general should figure out what to charge Biden with and what crime, and just start bringing. We won't have a government anymore. We will simply have lawfare and law warfare across both parties, and we will never get anything done. This is one of the worst things that has happened in our country.
No,
I don't care if you think he's the dirtiest, ugliest dog you can ever find. This is the worst thing that can happen to our country.
Oh, I agree. I think it is awful. I think it's awful how this is going down. But I also, you know, if I'm sitting on that jury and I think he's guilty, then I'm going to say he's guilty. And you know, like I said, I don't have a problem with our court system. I do have a problem with our political system.
I think when politics gets entered into the court system, that makes the political system even worse. Mm-hmm. When you judge shop, the judge's daughter is working for the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
The judge's daughter is working for the Democratic Party.
How many justices did he get to place?
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
Not enough.
Yeah, no, how many?
How many?
Not enough. You asked, I answered.
How many did he place?
I think 4.
Was it 4?
I
thought that was Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah. Just 3.
3.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
So you know, presidents judge shop too.
No. Now you're talking about selecting a judge. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about an attorney shopping a judge to find a judge who has a bias against Donald Trump. And both judges in New York had a bias against Donald Trump.
I don't understand the difference between that, because I mean, he shopped those judges.
No.
To get his political supporters to support him more.
He appointed a judge. Mm-hmm. The prosecutor went out and said, "Let me look at all the judges that I could get this case to, and let me get it to the most liberal judge I can find who dislikes Donald Trump."
Then he did his job as an attorney.
If you want a fair legal system, I don't think that's the way to do it. That there are reasons why judges should be selected for cases like this anonymously or picked from a pool. Mm-hmm. Not, hey, we want this guy because we know this guy has a penchant to dislike Trump. I'm just saying, this is the worst thing that has happened to our country in my lifetime.
When do the sentencing
Wait, hold on. What was it? What'd you just say?
The worst thing that's happened to this country in my lifetime.
Not to the country.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's
this is going to have lasting impacts that we as citizens of this country will deal with for a long time.
You and I were alive during Watergate. You and I were alive during Vietnam. You and I were alive during Desert. No, this is not the worst.
Yes, this is.
This is terrible politics, and this shows that we need a strong
Blake,
third
you are
party.
laughing. You will rue the day that you laughed about this, because this will not end well for either side. Because if the Republicans decide this is how we're going to play political ball from here on out, your guy Joe Biden will be in court for the next 4 years.
But you can't. You know what? They're in court, but people aren't dying. People aren't dying, and that's a huge difference.
Whenever we can't elect people, right, and not have to worry about the other side who hates them who manufactures he's a Russian plant, manufactures all of that evidence. It never happened.
Oh yeah, no,
And completely blows his first term up.
You know where I was at on the dossier, so
It was complete BS.
I'm not a guy who's I'm pretty straight shooter, and I'm not a party guy. But I can tell you, he's not a good guy. All his badness is just stacking onto him, and he happens to be the guy representing the Republican Party. He's still going to win because Biden is so terrible at his job. Biden is awful at his job.
When you take the vote, the Democratic vote, out of the hands of the people, and you take this crap to court, if Biden and the Democrats wanted to beat Trump, they should have beat him again politically.
How did they take it out of the voters' hands?
Because they're going to do everything they can. You won't see an ad out of the Democrats that doesn't say Donald Trump convicted of 34 felonies from now until December.
It's true.
That part's true now. He is convicted of it.
So, all right. So if the appeal is over and he wins the appeal in a year and a half or 2 years, is it still true? No, but it was true during the election.
Then you know what's going to happen? Every Republican is going to be like, this is the witch hunt of the Democrats. It's the game that they play. It's a horrible game. And it's with our lives, which I understand.
And there is my point. That's the worst thing that's happened.
It's not the worst thing that's happened.
It is 100% the worst thing that's happened.
No, you can't compare this to 9/11. You can't compare this to Vietnam.
When you start screwing with the political system and you do it through lawfare and not through people voting and campaigning, that is a horrible thing for our representative.
I can tell you this: we've went a long way from, I know they called him Honest Abe, and that wasn't 100% true, but we're a long way from our founding fathers and the people that we anticipated representing us, and and that's the part that just crushes me about our country. And this is a very horrible downward spiral, because I can tell you this: I think the four of us in this room are pretty smart people, but I don't know the solution to how to make this work, because the Democrats are going to be here, the Republicans are going to be here. Us people stuck in the middle are kind of just out there with no representation, and we got to pick the worst of two evils. And it's I don't see how that spiral stops.
Yep, I do. Fire them all. Fire them all, which is what the people who voted for Trump in 2016 wanted to see happen. Wanted a lot of people in D.C. that have been screwing up a lot of stuff fired.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're all entrenched there, and that is a huge problem for us.
Who was his Secretary of Defense? That he didn't fire, but he walked up. Petronas, is that his name?
Let's see.
Pompeo?
Yeah, Pompeo. What was it?
I don't think Mike Pompeo was with him, I think, all the way to the end. Esper, was it Esper?
Pompeo was Secretary of State, I believe.
Secretary of State, yeah. Was it Esper, maybe? I can't, I'm going back.
But
Blake will know in like 5 seconds.
But what happened between him and Petraeus? Something happened between him and Petraeus made a statement like he could be the most dangerous man in the country.
I thought Petraeus was already gone. Petraeus got knocked out over an affair, and I thought that was during the Obama years.
Okay.
Because Petraeus was actually in the running to run for president, and then they found out all the stuff that he had been doing that just sidelined. I think they Gary Harted him.
Gary Harted him.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that's what
Teflon Don.
Yes.
He doesn't get Gary Harden.
No, James Mattis.
Mattis. It was, Mad Dog Mattis. Mad Dog Mattis made that statement. Thank you for that, Blake. I knew it was one of those guys that made that statement. It said he's not a safe guy. And Mad Dog Mattis, to me, I think is a hero in the United States.
This is not a good place for our country to go. I'm just telling you that right now.
I agree.
It's not going to be good. It's going to be ugly. It's going to get uglier. I think this downward spirals, we go all the way back to Clinton. I think the downward spiral started then, and it's just really just come bolting down on us. I think that politics has gotten nastier, especially national politics, every year that I have been alive. And this is the nastiest thing that I have seen done.
Well, I think we had a little bit of a lull.
Including and up to sending armed guards with authorization of deadly force into Mar-a-Lago to to get documents.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
extreme. I'm going to go along with that being extreme. I think we had 2 lulls in that time period where you're at. We had a lull after 9/11 because I think George W. Did a real good job right after 9/11. You know, I disagree with a lot of his policies, but I think he handled 9/11 really well. And I think Obama, as we came out of the recession, a lot of people relaxed on Obama. Those are the only 2 times in this last 30 years where I can say they haven't absolutely wanted to bring out the guillotine for the other side. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's just sad.
Davey, you weren't here earlier. I agree with you. This is ridiculous, all of them. I said there were 30-some counts they would convict him of over 1,000. So I was slightly wrong. But I got to tell you, I thought they'd make up more stuff.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Just for me, this is a sad day. It's an absolutely sad day.
No, I mean, it makes the rest of the world not take us seriously. It really does. It just makes the rest of the world go, what the hell are they doing? And they have more firepower. They have more ability to create firepower, you know, as the U.S. than anyone else. And this is what we're doing. Yeah. And these are the 2 guys. We have 2 mid-80s guys doing this.
Yes.
To me, it looks like, you ever seen that video of the 3 old guys out front of the nursing home fighting? That's what it reminds me of. You ever see that video, Blake?
I believe so.
Amanda, did you see that one? Where they're
I've
falling
seen
down? And this is what it feels like to me. This is our country. And that's a representation of our country and the 2 leaders of our country.
All right. I am going to try to have some fun today because I firmly believe you ought to enjoy some parts of your day.
Yeah.
I have fully expressed how I feel about this Barbra Streisand event that has happened in New York.
So I looked it up. AP reported that while the judge instructed the jury that they had to be unanimous in their decision about guilty or not guilty against the counts, he did instruct them that they did not have to be unanimous in their decision about the crime that was being concealed. So they did not have to agree universally on the crime that was being concealed, just the actual counts. So that is the AP's fact check on the claim about the unanimous things being unanimous.
So they did have to vote unanimously that he was guilty, but they didn't have to have the detail of what he was concealing.
Yes, okay. And that's what I said. So they had to agree guilty or not guilty on the counts, but they didn't have to agree on the facts of the case. And that is not the way the American court system is supposed to run. I mean, that's just, they're supposed to, how can he be guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt if they don't agree on the facts of the case? They didn't prove that he was guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt if every single juror has a different opinion about the facts of the case.
So there was 34 counts.
There were 34 counts, but they didn't have to agree on how they decided
but they still,
he was
all
guilty.
12 had to go guilty on this account.
Yes.
All 12
But
had to
they
go
didn't-
guilty on this account.
But
they just had to be
didn't have
guilty
to
on
be-
a account.
They didn't have to be guilty of the same
So it was
set
34
of facts.
or nothing?
They didn't have to
doesn't
be
make
guilty
sense.
of the same set of facts. So there were 11 payments. They charged him for 3 crimes per payment plus another one. And so they charged him 3 crimes for each payment plus another count. So they didn't have to agree on the crime that took place that caused the payments.
You know who's damn lucky today?
If they don't agree on the facts of the case, it's not proven without a
Luckiest
shadow of a
man
doubt.
in politics today is John Edwards because he was a Democrat when he paid off his person.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Luckiest
remember.
man in
I was
politics,
trying to
John
remember
Edwards,
his
because
name
he was a
yesterday.
Democrat. You can do it if you're a Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that did kill his campaign, though.
You
too.
can do it if you're a Democrat. He didn't go to jail. He didn't get
He didn't
convicted.
get
That's
convicted.
why you're Republicans.
It's a good thing. Yes.
Yeah, that's the question I was
Yeah.
asking. You guys were going after Hillary for so long.
Well, so
and didn't get it done.
So Hillary
Democrats found the right venue.
It wasn't done because Donald Trump said that it's not the American way for me as her political rival
Goodness gracious.
to arrest her. That's what he said.
When he's the voice of sanity, that does hurt, doesn't it, Troy?
That's what he said. And
But he would lead the chance and lock her up in 16.
well, because he's a hype man.
No, that's
He's a
exactly
hype man.
what
That's what he's
he
doing.
did. That's what he did.
I know that's what he's doing because he's
Was
a hype
it not
man.
the American way when he said it?
Are you
You
gonna?
have to be one or the other,
he
Amanda.
actually
You can't
do it?
pick
Are
and
you
choose.
Did he actually do it?
Yeah. Gosh.
Did he?
Because he didn't have the proof.
Did
That's why he
other
didn't
people?
do it.
Did
If
other
he had the
people?
proof, he would have done it.
Well, did
The
South
FBI
Democrats
came
here?
out and said
They
that
didn't
he
have
had
the
the
proof.
proof.
and
Evidently they
could-
did because they're
no.
signed checks.
No.
Oh, wait, hold on.
From 2017,
really-
he showed us from 2017.
I really want
It's
to see
amazing he
if
has a time machine.
let me see if Hillary Clinton tweeted like lock him up.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
She's an
This
idiot
is the
if she
happiest
didn't.
day. I mean,
She's an idiot if she didn't.
all right. So let's start with Hillary Clinton on trivia. Let's start there.
Her naked in
Kegels.
an elevator with Mike Davis.
Ankles.
Hillary Clinton this week
Also
had
another
a
person
new.
who can't wear an ankle bracelet.
All right, put your phones down.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Hillary Clinton had a new demographic group that she blamed for her loss in 2016. Which demographic group of voters is to blame this week for Hillary Clinton's loss in 2016? Amanda.
It's always white men, isn't it? I'm going with white men. That's the safe
Troy,
answer.
White women.
I would say black woman, African American woman.
It was women in general.
Okay.
So I will give each of you a
That
point
was
for
her
hitting the women.
only
Wait, hold on.
solid voting
So hold on.
No, women.
But she didn't perform at the height that she thought she would.
Amanda said white men.
I did.
Yeah.
He
So it's
didn't give me the point.
Yeah.
it's
I
good.
gave you two women haters the points for thinking that women would vote against
We're not
it.
the women haters.
Don't call
She's
me
the
a
woman
No,
hater.
I'm just kidding you.
We
She's the
knew
woman
that
hater.
when she went after her husband's victims.
Yeah.
That was well proven in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
Pokemon get up to the polls.
Yep, Andy's got a point. Andy's on the board as well. I don't know how many extra points we're going to get. Okay. Troy Blevins.
Yes.
Money Man, this week, Joe Biden in the United States tried to build a pier in Gaza. It was to get aid into Gaza. There was a storm and the pier washed away. How much money was spent? How much tax dollar money was spent trying to build a pier in Gaza that didn't last long enough to get supplies into the Palestinians?
$40 million.
369 million.
I'm going to say 368 999 million.
So you were at 360 what?
9.
369 million.
And you were at 368? You were way off, sir. Budgeting has changed, and it is national budgeting, not county budgeting. $320 million to build a pier. Do you know how many piers we could build
So
in
Amanda got
St.
that
John's
one.
County? Amanda got that one.
Yeah.
2.
How many? No, Troy's in charge. 1.5.
No, hold on.
I can build a lot of piers for that.
No, hold on. So how much would the gift shop cost? That if
At the end of the pier? I don't know.
That's where you make your money back.
That's how you get your money back.
Merchandising, merchandising.
The trap.
the little dingy TV in the corner with the
How
logo.
low was this pier?
Not long at all, because it washed away on the first storm. Blake Blevins.
No.
If you get this answer right, I don't know what I'm going to do. Donald Trump had a rally in New Jersey.
He was allowed to go to New Jersey?
How many people showed up at the rally in New Jersey?
Ooh, a gabagoo. I'll probably
Forget about it.
Channeling Lenny.
channeling Tony Soprano over here.
Yes.
21,328 people.
21,328. Amanda?
40.
40. Troy Blevins?
We went with 21. I'm going to say it's probably like 20. I'm going to say 28,000.
What were you again?
40,000.
The answer was 100,000 people in the state of New Jersey showed up for a Donald Trump. No, he did not put the numbers out himself, Troy Blevins.
All right, Farrakhan.
No, he did not. This was
All right, Million Man Watch.
It was just checked.
Million Man.
And it was very,
$10 billion in
It was
net
a
worth.
drop ticketed event,
it
obviously.
was not a drop ticket event.
700,000, 900,000.
telling
Yeah. No. Where was the venue?
Who's up?
What was the venue?
The venue.
Rockies Stadium.
It was a stadium.
Who Because there's no venue that holds 100,000 in New Jersey.
I mean, MetLife can.
It was 100,000 people.
What?
I'm just telling. I don't have the second
Well,
page.
I guess if you put them on the field, it could hold 100,000.
100,000 people.
But that would be every seat sold out in MetLife.
There's 100,000 people showed up.
Bullshit.
I'm just telling you, 100,000 people that showed up.
Sorry, I'm not on
CNN
bollocks.
talks about how big the crowd was.
I'm not on bollocks. All right,
CNN
fair
talks-
comment.
Did they walk over the
And he's worth $10 billion until it comes to tax time.
Did they walk over? Did the Trump supporters walk over the course of Jimmy Hoffa?
Yeah, maybe in MetLife it could have happened.
All right, Amanda, are you up now?
I guess.
Okay. I had to take a continuing education class for construction, right? For my contracting license, and one of them was a green class I had to take.
Lead.
So in the green class, the people that put together the information on the current economic value of the world's ecosystem is how much? How much money is the world's ecosystem worth?
How you pronounce ecosystem?
Ecosystem. And it's
I would have said Echo too.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
And because when we were growing up, that's how they said it before it became an ecosystem.
Yeah. Before you got all sensitive about it.
Damn son.
Yes. Now I'm going to help you guys out. The answer is in trillions of dollars.
Okay.
Trillions.
In trillions. And it is possible for all of you to be right because they gave a range in the trillions of dollars. So if you fall within the range, the low to the high, you will get a point. Just so you all know. So according to this economic group, how much is the world's ecosystem worth in trillions? Amanda?
69 trillion.
I'm going to go 71 and owe you 2.
4.20 trillion dollars.
4.20.
4.2.
Yes, I was trying.
So none of you got it, which is shocking to me because the answer was between 16 and 54 trillion.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out, as the people putting this number together are like, what do you think it's worth? Well, it's got to be in the trillions. Well, how many? I say 16. No, we
I feel
say
like I was
54.
closest.
No, that's the most ridiculous range.
I know. It's
Of
like,
all time.
how in the heck could you come up with
That's the
that?
most ridiculous
I know.
range. That's not even like when we're talking about trillions.
Yes,
I mean, that's-
I was the closest.
you are.
Wait, hold on. 669 to 56. 13. Wait, hold on. So 56 was the highest number.
54.
so.
So I was
16 was the lowest. Blake would have been the closest.
Actually,
But I
Blake would have
said
been
you
the
only get a
closest if
point.
you went with the 16.
I said you only get a point if you're between the two numbers.
Yeah.
So I set the
Alright.
parameters. Okay, Troy Blevins.
meanie.
Indiana Southeast defeated Indiana Tech with 2 outs in the 9th inning. How many runs did Indiana Southeast score?
In the ninth
In the
inning,
9th inning with 2 outs to win the game.
with 2 outs.
With 2 outs.
gotta-
Baseball aficionado.
Got to be a
that you are.
ridiculous number. But Indiana, I mean, who the hell knows who Indiana Southeast is?
Or Indiana Tech.
Yeah.
Yes, but they are colleges.
I didn't know they had a tech.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say a ridiculous number like 12.
Blake Blevins?
I'm gonna say 13.
Amanda?
I'll say 11.
Got pinched in the middle.
So for a guy that knows baseball, you would think he could get this answer right.
Indiana Tech.
12. 12 was the answer. 12 runs with 2 outs, and they won the game 14-11. They actually scored more runs than they needed.
Yeah.
So in the 9th
Wow.
inning. So Troy Blevins 2, Blake 1, Amanda. Blake Blevins.
No.
And Amanda, this is such a terrible question for you. So they took the highest winning percentage franchises in football, basketball, and baseball. Okay? We're going to go around. Everybody's going to pick a football, a baseball, and a basketball team. The person that gets the most, like the highest one out of all of them, right, will win that. If you get all 3, I'll give you 3 points.
No.
So,
This is
in
like
the
This
last-
is winning percentage
in the
over
la-
how many
in the
years?
last 10 years.
Last 10 years. That makes a
Okay.
huge
In the
difference.
last
I thought we were
10
going
years.
all time.
Lifetime.
In the
Yeah.
last 10 years, so in the last 10
So
years, Blake,
I was debating
what
between the
are
Lakers and the
3
Celtics.
highest winning percentage teams in the NFL, the NBA, and Major League Baseball?
Did I have to answer all 4 at once?
Yeah, give me all at once.
All right. Dodgers for baseball. basketball, I'm going to say Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
In football, Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
And
That's it. That's right. There's no hockey.
There's no
Oh,
hockey.
come
Right.
on.
So Amanda, what do you got?
Last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Yankees. Why not? I'll say for Lakers, probably off 10 years. And then I'll say Patriots.
And the Patriots. Okay. All right. Troy Blevins.
All right, I'm going Golden State for sure.
Okay.
I just think they've went on a really long run, so I'm going Golden State on that one. My football one's going to shock people, but they've been in the playoffs pretty much the last 10 years. They missed a couple times. They kind of didn't really have any bombs, and that's what I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Okay.
They've sucked in the playoffs, but they've been a good, like, they'll go like 12-4 or 12-5.
Okay.
And baseball, I'm really struggling. I want to go with the Braves. Clearly, no, it's not the Reds because I owe you a lot of lunches.
It's not them.
And Yankees aren't a bad guess. Dodgers are not a bad guess. I'm gonna stick with the Braves.
You're going to stick with the Braves in baseball.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to find the Lakers on here for Amanda. So bear with me 1 second. I actually got to put my thing on
It's
here.
bad.
I'm
You
trying
have
to
to put the
find-
glasses on.
No,
Well, I'm trying to make sure.
having those bomb years. They won a title, but like having those bomb years is what
Yeah.
really would throw off this
Plus,
percentage.
Okay.
plus like post Kobe
Here they are.
Achilles tear.
The Lakers are number 23.
Okay.
In the NBA over the last 10 years
yeah.
winning record. The Braves are number 8, Troy Blevins.
Number 8, not as good as I
The
thought.
Cowboys are number 7.
Okay.
Okay. Amanda had number 3 with the New York Yankees.
Okay.
Hey.
And number 2 with the Patriots in football.
Okay.
Both you and Blake were right that the Golden State
State,
Warriors had the best NBA
That's
record.
the only one I was confident in.
Okay. Blake swept the entire category, earning 3 points because he got the Los
Dodgers?
Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers.
And
I thought the Dodgers
the
would.
Kansas City Chiefs. When I saw those written down there, I was like, Amanda, just go with what you've got written down.
yeah.
But I couldn't
Yeah.
do it. So Blake picked up all 3.
Yeah, I was thinking the Kansas City before Reed got there. Once Reed got
Yeah.
there, it got they became dominant.
I mean, Reed's been there since 2013, so
Yeah.
that's during
Yeah.
that's during the 10 years.
Yeah,
Now-
so that would I didn't know exactly that year. I probably would have went with them.
Okay.
Good job, Blake.
Amanda,
Dang it.
can you name for me since there's 30
Well,
Major League Baseball
can we
teams?
just take a second? And I
Yes.
didn't suck as bad as I thought I would.
No,
have
you did good. You did better
You did
than
really
Troy.
well.
You actually did better than Troy. You
got
did
2.
have the 23rd Lakers, but he had the 8th and the 7th.
No, you had the Yankees. You didn't get 2.
I had the Yankees and
at
the
number
Patriots.
3 and
Yeah,
the
the
Patriots
Dodgers.
at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a 2 and a 3 seed. You were
Yeah.
at 7 and 8.
All right, so now
okay.
we
But did she
So-
get one team right? Kansas City, did you have that one?
No,
I did not.
Okay.
No.
She didn't have one right.
you did have one right.
Yeah.
Yes, we
I had a
can't
good
argue
spread.
that. We
I had a
can't
good
argue
spread.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's what he said.
So there's 30 baseball teams, right?
Okay.
And there's 30 teams in the NBA, which kind of stopped this. There are 32 NFL teams. So Amanda, can you name for me the 2 teams that did not make the top 30 list because they have the worst record in football the last 10 years?
Worst
Can you
record.
name for me the bottom dwellers? Yes.
Miami.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
you had to say in front of him.
All right. And what's your other team? You got
other
one more.
I've got another one. I gotta say another one. Jets. Oh no, I should have said Browns and Jets.
You got Miami and the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay. Troy?
I think I'm thinking the number 1 picks and that. So the Browns are definitely one of mine. Even though they've gotten a little bit better. Trying to think of the other team that would really aid. You know, the Jets are salty, so I'll go with the Jets too.
You got the Browns and the Jets.
I'll go with the Browns and the Jets.
All right. Blake, can you get a win on this and continue your dominance of sports?
I'm definitely going to say Browns.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I
I'm
think
also
Trevor got
going.
him to.
I'm also going to say It's gonna be I
The
don't.
Jaguars pre-Trevor.
No.
If you did the previous 5 years.
I mean, they did make the playoffs in. I'm gonna say, New York Giants.
Where are the Falcons in there?
All right, so
that was my other one.
the Falcons are number 23.
Okay.
The Browns are number 29.
Oh, we missed it just out.
The Giants are number 30.
Oh,
like
so you missed
right
it.
on
You
the
just
edge.
missed it too.
These are the two teams. Amanda and Troy get a point for the Jets.
Okay.
Okay. The team that nobody got. The team that we all love. The team that crushes us every single
Jaguars.
season.
Colts.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
They're the worst.
They are one of the worst two records in the NFL the last 10 years.
I thought the last 5 years would have pulled them out of that.
Well, they were still like 9-8, 9-8. It's like one and 15.
Yeah. Yeah, the 1 in 15s.
And I got to give all of our fans, no one picked the Jags.
No,
so which tells you that we're just hopeful that our home team isn't that bad.
I thought the last couple of years pulled them out of it. So
no.
Well, I got the sheet and I started looking through it. I'm like, oh, where's the Jags? Where's the Jags? And they weren't on here.
They were 30.
So I go into Reese's office. I'm like, Reese, have you seen this? Yeah, we're not on there. We're number 31 or something. He's like, it was so bad when that came out, Dad. Why'd you have to bring that into my office? I mean, he lives and dies with the Jaguar games. And I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to bring that in. I didn't.
Yep. Where were the Dolphins on that list?
The Dolphins were
Number 14.
Number 14.
Okay. All right.
They were number 14.
Where were the Reds at?
The Reds.
Number 28. I can see it.
They were terrible.
Yeah, 28. Yeah, that's why you've owed me so.
So what he just proved is that you need to be more careful with your articles because he just saw that the Reds were number 28. They're flat.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Hey.
Why do you think I have the articles up today? I'm like that kid with all the answers.
Hey, Pittsburgh Steelers number 3 overall, number 3 in the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, Steelers are a winning franchise, so Steelers came to mind.
Okay, who's up? Troy?
I think it's me.
Okay. This week, they had the Rubik's Cube
watching
solved
time?
by
I don't have
a
time.
machine. How quickly did the machine solve the Rubik's Cube?
On average? I mean,
No, one time.
One
Boom,
time,
done.
the fastest time that they did.
Fastest time ever in the history of solving the Rubik's Cube.
2 seconds.
Blake?
1.9 seconds.
2 seconds, 1.9. Amanda?
1.8 seconds.
It has to be exact.
The actual answer is 0.305 seconds.
I would think the plastic would come apart.
Wait, hold on. How fast do we blink our eyes at?
Not that fast.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
0.305 seconds.
No.
That's how long it takes a fastball to get out of the pitcher's hand at like 95 miles an hour to the catcher.
Wait, hold on. Did the rubber actually move the Rubik's Cube or did it remove the stickers?
That would take way longer.
That's the way I did it.
That would take way longer to remove the stickers.
That would have taken way longer. Okay, this Social Security question, Blake. This is important for you. Very important.
If it's around.
Yes, if it's around.
He's the least likely to collect any of it.
Because Republicans are going to sunset it.
By the Old Age Survivors and Disability Insurance Board of Trustees, otherwise known as the OASDI.
Or the old shit.
Yes. That based on their predictions, income from Social Security income tax, proposed bill working, would continue to cover 83% of scheduled benefits, blah, 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 blah. By the year, what will the number fall to 73%? So currently today, 83% of the projected Social Security is covered by current workers. What year does it fall to 73%? Blake Blevins.
I'm going to say 2050.
2050. Amanda.
2049.
I'm going to go 2048.
Yeah.
Blake is actually right. 2098.
Wow.
Oh,
2098.
you're going to get some money.
Will I be alive by then?
Not much, but you are going to get
2098, you have a chance.
some. Which is surprising that
You'll be
there's
97.
Hey,
Who's to say?
there's 60 years to fix Social Security, but first you got to fix the court system. I'm just saying. That's the first thing that's got to get fixed.
Yeah.
Is the court system.
Oy.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
We already talked about
Will
that
our
this
country be
week.
alive is the bigger question.
5:49.
You have a chance of being alive, but will our country be alive at that point?
So on June the 3rd, a rare planet alignment will occur, Amanda. How many planets will be in alignment on June the 3rd?
June the 3rd.
Yes.
10,000, Blake.
Many planets.
1 billion, said Carl Sagan.
34 is the wrong answer, right? I'll say 5.
That's the number I had in my head. I'm gonna stay with Amanda with 5.
I'm going to say 6.
The answer is 6.
Of course it is.
Did you see that this week in a story, or did you just read it off the paper?
That was just a guess.
It was just a guess.
Sure it was. Look at that.
Don't make me
face.
throw a stick your face.
I bet Uranus, you're wrong.
I missed.
I'll see you one planet and raise you another.
Dang it, Reagan.
All right. So right now it's Blake 6, Troy 3, Amanda 4. All right, Troy Blevins baseball question.
No,
Okay.
it's me, right?
This week in Ohio.
it's Amanda.
It's Amanda.
Is Amanda?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you
No,
said
no.
5. It is me.
You said 5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it is 5.
See, I
You said
figured
me.
I'm still.
See, you're good.
This week in Ohio, a high schooler did one of the most amazing things ever done. It's one of the rarest plays in baseball. So he ran down a runner from third base going home and tagged him out. What position did he play? What
From
position
third
did he
base,
play?
he ran down a runner.
The runner was trying to score from actually second on a pop fly, and he rounded third. This person got the ball and ran him down at home plate, tagging him out, making it the unlikeliest of tag outs. So what position did this person play?
I'm gonna go with center field just because it's the furthest one from that sounds possible.
I'm going to say center fielder as well.
Center field.
Amanda, brilliant answer. It was the center fielder.
Yeah.
So there was a pop fly in a no man's land.
Yeah.
The center fielder comes in and picks it up. The third baseman had
Was
gone
running out,
to
so they
cover
passed each other.
second base.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy looks and sees there's nobody at third. The catcher had left home to go cover third.
And he ran past
And
you.
so the center fielder had nobody to throw the ball to because the guy had already rounded third. He ran him down and tagged him out at home.
Here's how
For an
stupid.
amazing
This
play.
is why I say pitchers and not baseball players. Mm-hmm. The pitcher was probably still standing in the middle of the field and didn't recognize what the hell was going on. So the center fielder had to cover the pitcher's ass. So for you people out there that are pitchers and I offended of not being a baseball player, you know who you are.
Just keep it up, baby. Just keep it up. You're angering them all today.
Good job, center fielder.
Okay. Blake Blevins.
C.
This week, a national parks superintendent told construction workers to remove U.S. flags from the equipment because it distracted and detracts from the national park experience. What state was this superintendent of a national park? What state was she
So
working?
he works for the federal government.
Works for the federal government and said you have to
Took down
take
the
the
US
flags
flag.
off the construction equipment because it's distracting from the park experience.
All right. Does it have to be a state?
It does because I asked if it was a
Okay.
state.
Okay. So
National park.
So it isn't Washington D.C.
I said it had to be a state.
Okay. All right.
If you want me to define states for
All right.
you, I'm not going to.
All right. All
You
right.
got a 1 in 50 chance, Blake.
All right. California.
Barbara Jean had California.
I'm gonna say California.
And I wanted to go to California, but I don't want to be like the other kids and I'm behind. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say Oregon.
This is what the most disappointing thing is. Alaska.
Alaska.
Denali National Park.
Wow.
Brooke Morrell tells construction workers to remove flags from their equipment.
Did he get
Alaska's
removed
never
from
a-
his job? Did she get removed
There's
from
a
her
shock.
job?
Not yet, but she. So no one got that point.
It's a way to be patriotic.
I know.
Let me guess. College-educated white woman.
That's another category that we're not playing today.
From Berkeley.
Yeah, we're not playing that category. That one we're leaving alone. Okay.
right.
Yeah, 54.
Do we have another
what's
baseball
our
question?
score?
I do have another baseball question.
What's our score? I
So,
can't catch up, I don't think.
You have 4. Amanda has 5. Blake has 7.
Okay, yeah.
So I
can
got a
catch
few
up.
more in here that I can kind of glean through.
And we've got 5 minutes.
So, Amanda, the
Speed
president of what Central American country this week said he's newly elected. He's going to shut down key routes to the U.S. that are used by over 500,000 migrants a year going through his country. Which president said, I am shutting this down. This is done going through our country? Central America.
The name of the president or the country?
Just the country.
Okay.
I wouldn't even know the name of the president.
Yeah, I
follow
was
this
like,
stuff.
I got nothing. That shutting down, I'm going to say El Salvador.
I'm going to go Panama.
Panama.
Van Halen for the answer.
Yeah.
Van Halen for the answer. I think he blocked. It's just he was afraid. So it's 5-5.
Did you know that one or
Well, obviously a major passage in Central America.
the canal? Yeah.
Okay, this one I think I had is okay. So Troy Blevins,
Yes.
2019 was the last year we had a full box office.
Okay.
Right, the last time that everything was normal.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood this year is down what percentage from 2019?
Didn't you ask this question?
Did I ask this already? Did we do this a couple weeks
I
ago?
think we did it.
Yeah.
We did
It
it.
was in
I'll
the
throw that
hundreds.
one away.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the answer again?
200%.
7,000%. 42%. So 42%. Okay. Troy Blevins.
I would have been way high because
remember
I had it like at 80.
Remember the gym guys in New Jersey that refused to close during that thing that we don't
Yeah.
talk about?
Yeah.
Okay, so this week, all the charges were dropped against them. Interesting. Maybe that'll happen in another case. All the charges were dropped against them. How many charges did the gym owners in New Jersey rack up during that thing we don't talk about for refusing to shut down?
How many owners was it? 4?
There was just 2 owners, I think.
I'm going to go with.
Oh, 1 owner, it says. Gym owner.
only one?
Yeah, gym. Well, it says owners, but it lists 1 guy.
I'm going to go with 69.
A solid number on this trivia.
I'm going to go with 75.
Pressure Amanda. You're either tied with Troy or you're beating Troy. We're losing to him.
I'll say 68.
68, 69, and
75.
75 with a winner. 80 was the actual number. 80 was the actual. Barbara Jean, I agreed with you. It should have been 100 plus a 0. 100 plus a 0. All right, Blake has resoundingly won 9 to 5 to 5.
He's been upset he hasn't been winning lately. So
I know he studied over the last 2 weeks. So yes.
Yeah.
What do you have on Bollocks today?
On Bollocks, we're talking about the Olympics. You know, the Olympics are coming up in Paris. It's a little bit different than when we were kids, but we're talking about different stories in the Olympics.
Are you talking about the anti-sex beds?
I don't know. We're not.
no.
I'm not. Blake might,
No.
because we don't know what the
not.
other one's talking about.
Okay.
I know I'm talking about the Munich massacre.
Yeah.
You know, where at that time people were on the Israeli side. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to our freaking country.
Well, next week, can you do something like on bad criminal cases and just give us some other good news?
Yeah.
Could you do something on Bollocks next week that are
Yeah.
horrible criminal cases that have
a
happened?
waste
in the
of
past?
taxpayer money.
Yes, could you do that for us, please?
We'll
Don't-
start,
I
we'll
might
start
even
with the,
sit in on that one.
Don't-
we'll start with the bridge to Alaska.
Yes.
The pier in
No,
Gaza.
criminal cases.
Oh,
Criminal cases.
those should be
court
criminal.
cases. Yeah, they should be.
Those should
Don't-
be criminal.
Don't
They
worry,
should
Amanda.
be.
My stories today are much more lighter. So and I'm definitely a Cool Runnings is going to be mentioned.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing John Carlos and Tommy Smith.
Cool Runnings? Is this the Hunter Biden story?
No, the Jamaican bobsled team.
Yeah, there was weed involved in both. I see the coalition.
I see.
There was some other stuff for Biden, but
So, was there a libertarian slant to that story?
But the
weed.
The weed.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with drug testing in these Olympics, because weed used to be outlawed. Right now, it's legal in a lot of countries.
Is it a performance enhancer?
not really.
They
Yes.
They kicked out a couple of people because they said it was performance enhancing. There was the female runner that got kicked out because she was high.
Yeah.
While she had marijuana.
I guess
in her
it
system.
slowed down her heart rate. I don't know.
I remember playing a game in the City Basketball League, and it's been 20 plus years ago. And this guy could not miss. It didn't matter where he shot from. And I said, if I cover him much longer, I'll fail the drug test at the office tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Same
he
guy.
was on fire.
Same guy that pulled a gun on me.
He was lit. No, it wasn't that guy.
He wasn't that guy.
It wasn't that guy. A different guy.
All right.
No, this guy was lit. I'm just going to say he was hitting everything.
Yeah. That's
You can figure it out from there. All right, Amanda, you had something else to say.
No.
You were just getting ready. You were pointing your finger as though...
I was just reacting to your lit joke.
Yeah, but we have Bollocks at 6:34.
Bollocks at 6:30.
Talking about Olympics, and and we're not talking. We stayed away from some of the low hanging fruit like the Miracle and Jesse Owens and stuff.
Okay.
Kind of went a little different, a little deeper.
I figured you would. All right, you guys have a great weekend. This is our last show this week. We'll be back on Monday. We got a lot of great guests for you next week. Great show on Bollocks, and good luck tomorrow morning with the Carousel of the Year award.
Yes.
Yay. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.